Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode of Unbettable. Today it's just me, Mondo, here with Gare. You know, the usual. No Holmes today. He had something come up. He'll be back next episode, he said. It is what it is. Sometimes you got priorities you got to take care of. We don't hold it against him. It's fine. But on today's episode, we're gonna do a triple threat takeaway plus recaps for college football, NFL. We even got maybe a little new segment today, so stay tuned for that later in the episode. Gary, what's going on, dude? How we doing?
I'm good today. I was nice weather today, about 65 degrees here in the Ville as the high. So it was a great day to get outside and kind of connect with the earth. Do a little barefoot walk around the backyard, and it was a good day.
Oh boy, just a great day to have a day.
Exactly.
I'm happy for you, man. Very
Thank you.
happy for you. So you
How
might
about
be
you?
wondering, why am I in a suit? I think was the question you just asked me.
I did.
So we actually had the opportunity today to do a private screening of a new movie for our company's founder's father, who was a former, radio tycoon. So we watched that. We had to dress up a little bit. So your boy's looking pretty fucking snazzy right now, if I do say so myself. The hair's falling down a little bit. The gel is kind of ass. I'm a little jealous of your iced tea right there. It looks pretty good. But yeah, no, it was a good time. They had a mac and cheese bar. You know, your boy was all over that. They had pretzels and beer cheese. I was all over that. I was munching. Now I feel like shit. I had to take a shit. It was a good time. I had a blast.
What
So
maybe
now I'm ready to podcast here late at night. Chargers Cowboys is on. It can't get much better than this. I'm gonna be honest.
the
Full
game
stomach, good vibes.
the game is indeed on.
Yeah. You're so enthusiastic today, Gary. I fucking love it.
Yeah,
Look at that energy out of you.
it's the earth, bro. I'm telling you, the barefoot walks.
Yeah,
They
the
do.
barefoot walks. Right
Hmm
now, you seem like the Walking Dead.
You got to wash your feet a little bit after, though. A little discolored.
Yeah, a little nasty.
Just a little bit, a little grit in the toes, but never hurt nobody.
That's all right. That's all right. All good. I guess let's start with triple threat takeaway. If you wanted to take it away with first take number one.
I mean, I'm just gonna pull this take straight out of this Monday night game. CeeDee Lamb is back.
He's
Um,
balling right now.
I think he has damn near 70 yards right now. He's getting majority of the targets. He's shaking the dreads. He's looking good. So I'm gonna go with that. CeeDee Lamb might be back.
That's
Possibly.
that's a solid take. Look, Cowboys have been needing it. They're starting to stack the box on Tony Pollard. It's not going to last very long.
Yep.
CD is the only option they have left right now.
Yep.
So they can get CD to spread the defense a little bit. That opens up more holes for Pollard, which, as we know, has been a good thing.
Yep.
My first takeaway: superstar tight end, arguable top 10 pick in the draft, Brock Bowers suffered a massive injury, had to have surgery today. He's out for the foreseeable future. And guess what, Gary?
What?
This will derail Georgia's title hopes. That's my take. It will happen, guaranteed. Starts with Florida. Florida's going to fucking bounce them.
I mean, I really hope so. Um, but I was reading about that today, and yeah. I mean, who do you see beating them realistically?
Florida. I just said it.
I, I really hope so, but I, I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to Florida, Georgia for a reason. First of all, I can't drink like that anymore, so that's that. But second of all, I'm gonna need to drink during that game. So I don't know. I feel like there's a possibility, but Georgia has always been that team, at least for the last few years. So we'll just have to see.
All right. Um, what you want is your take. Take number two.
Take number two. This is coming from dedicated Tampa Bay Buccaneer fan. Baker Mayfield is a fraud. Baker Mayfield is fucking trash. I hate Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield does not have vision at all. He overthrows passes. And then another issue is you got Mike Evans. And Mike Evans, yes, he is a superstar, but I think Mike Evans is on the decline that nobody really thought was going to come this soon. I mean, watching him this weekend, like I guess, this is kind of evolving, not in like into Baker, but into the Bucks. Like I mean, I love the Bucks, but just watching them play against the Lions, I feel like the Lions was a great test kind of their actual capabilities of playing against a good team. Of course, we played the Eagles earlier this season. Um, but the Lions are really just a solid team this year. And just watching the Baker Mayfield shit show, only putting up 6 points the entire game, it's just disappointing. So, yeah, my take is the Bucks are kind of fucking ass this year.
I don't necessarily think they're ass. I think they're probably a pretty average team, if anything.
Yeah.
Do I think Baker's, the man, the myth, the legend? Hell no. Like, why would I think that? But I do think Mike Evans is an absolute beast. Even though you think he's on the decline, he's not. He's still doing his thing. You still got Godwin there. Like, you still got some pieces. You just need a QB. And that QB, Gare, he's waiting in the trenches. The boy Kyle Trask coming at you soon.
I hope so, bro.
UF alum.
I
Let's
hope
get
so.
it. But yeah, no, Bucks are extremely average. They're nothing to, fear over. They're just kind of there. Really a fall from grace without Tom Brady, so I'm not that surprised.
Yeah.
But over to my take. Um, anyone who hates on Travis Hunter for playing both ways, they don't know shit. And they're also the same people who shit on Shohei Ohtani. And that's a guarantee. I've looked at the sources, I've seen the evidence. They're just fucking haters because they can't stand watching people do something they wish they could have done when they were kids. So guess what? Fuck you. I don't give a shit. Travis Hunter's electric to watch. Shohei Ohtani, electric to watch. You guys don't know shit. That's my take too.
Yeah. I agree with that statement. I mean, Travis Hunter, coming off the injury early in the season, really tried to show out. I mean, I feel like the hate is very unnecessary because it's obvious that if he's willing to play both ways, all he wants to do is help his team. Um, and he's filling in for a position that Deion Sanders feels is lacking. And it was a game time decision coming down to the wire, throw him in, going both ways. I mean, for them to keep up with Stanford, Colorado started off very good, don't get me wrong. But I think as the season's evolving, the hype is kind of going down a little bit. People are realizing that this is just a normal football team. But I think the addition of people like Travis Hunter has made Colorado considerably better. And I feel like, if you're hating, like, I just feel like you don't know ball straight up.
Hey Gare, might I have to like tase you or something?
Pays
I'm gonna
me.
need energy out of you today. We don't have Holmes. I
Well,
need some fucking passion.
hey, bro, I sound educated today.
You're laying there, probably got your dick in your hand. Let's go. You had a
Hey,
good weekend. You bet well. Give me some energy.
I just had a McFlurry, bro. I'm kind of in a
The
coma.
McFlirty's nuts. Wake the fuck up. Let's go.
I'm here. I'm here. I'm alive.
Over here. You better be. Come
I'm,
on.
I promise I'm here.
We gotta carry the show. There's no Holmes.
Yeah, RIP. I miss him.
I do too. But
I
I'll be
had,
damned if we put out a bad product without him here.
is this going into the podcast?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
Now
just giving,
wake up.
I thought you were giving me a pep talk.
Yeah, me telling you to have energy is going on because I've told you twice already.
Oh, I thought you were being serious in the beginning.
I'm dead ass. You need to wake up.
I'm here.
What's take number 3?
You fucking got me frazzled now. Take number 3. The Gators are that motherfucking team.
Damn right. Atta boy.
Fuck the Cox. Suck my
Yes,
cock.
sir. Yes, sir. That's what I'm talking about. Gare, wake up.
Carolina took that Gator slong this weekend. I mean, I don't think we could have asked for a better matchup. It was perfect. You know, we got another iconic image. Last year we had the big boy, Desmond Watson, fucking stiff arming Rattler. And this year, I can't remember who it was, but sat their ass down in the end zone while Pearsall is just fucking having a hard on from catching that tutty. I mean, it was an electric game all the way till the very end. I was kind of shit my pants a little bit because I think the Gators clock management got a little wonky there in the end. Um, because South Carolina kept calling them timeouts, which was
Mhm.
really fucking annoying because I was like, what do y'all actually think you're gonna do with this? Um, so maybe we could work on that a little bit. But other than that, I think we were clicking on all cylinders. It's
Yeah.
good to see the Gators actually playing decent football again.
Yeah,
So
no, and we'll definitely get to that in the college football recap. I have that as a major point on there. But yeah, they look fucking phenomenal.
yeah,
Absolutely incredible this weekend. And it was just a great game to watch if you like college football. This is an absolute shootout. So, but to wrap up the triple threat takeaway, I'm gonna say this as nicely as I can because I'm a big fan of his, but Brock Purdy ain't shit without superstars around him. If there was a time for him to prove himself, it was last game. Trent Williams banged up, Debo's out, McCaffrey leaves early. Like that's when you have to prove yourself that you were that guy and you deserve the money coming up.
yeah,
He didn't do it. He looked like a typical system QB where you can just feed superstars all day and you'll be good to go. He's got to do something with that opportunity. Look at Zach Wilson. Zach Wilson's capitalizing. Brock Purdy needs to as well. There is no reason the 49ers should have lost that game. Absolutely none. Even if McCaffrey and Debo are out. Fucking Ayuk's still there. He's been balling this year. George Kittle, phenomenal tight end.
yeah,
They got to wake up. Brock Purdy needs to take charge on this team. That was pitiful. Absolutely pitiful. And I
yeah,
love Brock Purdy. I hope he's the next guy. There's no better story than a Mr. Irrelevant taking over the NFL. But brother, prove yourself. Just do it.
yeah. I remember when I was watching that game, I texted in a group chat of some guys back home, and I was like, before the game even started, I don't know why, I just had a feeling, and I was like, I feel like Brock Purdy is gonna get a reality check today. And I think that was the true definition of that game was a reality check.
Mm-hmm.
Brock Purdy, he came in to the Niners as a backup. We weren't really expecting him to see him, play that long. And then here he is, 15 games later, hasn't lost a game, and then he loses to the Browns. Um, it was tough to watch, but I feel like he needed it in a sense, like to kind of lose those guys and realize, damn, like I'm really playing football right now at an NFL level, because I mean, you see it time and time again with, different teams where you lose a key player and you kind of shit the bed one week. Like, I feel like it was a necessary evil, although we all hate to see it, we all were hoping that, oh, maybe Brock Purdy just pulls off this miracle where he comes in, he gets this perfect season, wins the Super Bowl. I feel like it was necessary. It was a necessary evil to kind of propel them in the right direction and kind of add some variety to the offense besides,
Mm-hmm.
McCaffrey up the gut every time or Kittle on a slant, like just something different. So hopefully it works out in their favor.
Yeah, no, and we'll see what happens. I think McCaffrey may miss another week, Debo maybe 2 weeks. So, Purdy's just got to prove something, man, or they're going to replace him. And I'd hate that. I really want to see the dude succeed, but
Yeah.
that showing did not prove anything to me. Nothing. But I guess let's just go ahead. We'll hop into the college football recap because we'll save trust me, we will save that full slate of NFL recap for later on in the episode. You want me to just kind of read headlines, or how do you want to do it today? I know that we can't really do as much in depth. Holmes is kind of our college football insider, but
Yeah, he's definitely the fucking magic man with college football. Um,
yeah.
but we can go over like the bigger games and
All right. I
some of
guess
the
let's start Friday. I mean, we mentioned it earlier. Colorado blows a 29-point lead to Stanford. They lose in double overtime, 46-43. Where are we sitting right now, Gare? What's going through Dion's mind as he's talking to the team in the locker room?
I mean, I don't know Dion personally, but watching him on the field is definitely a guy with a lot of character. So I feel like practice this week is gonna be fucking hell to pay. Um, but I don't know. Like I was saying earlier, I Colorado obviously has had its, tragedies in the past. It was a dog shit team before Dion came in, kind of revamped the culture, I would say, and brought in, people like Lil Wayne opening up fucking, games, just, the sunglasses and all these different things. But I think that he has to take a step back and realize that half of his roster, you know, came from Jackson State, and that was a great team. Don't get me wrong, but you're playing on a different level now. Like, if you go up big, you can't say the game is over by any means. It don't matter who you're playing. Everybody is on that field to perform, especially if you're playing at Colorado. I mean, if I was a college athlete and I'm playing against Colorado, it doesn't matter how bad they're playing. You still got Deion Sanders on the sideline who is going to make that game a hit all over ESPN. You got Pat McAfee who was at the game talking about it. All these great stars that are, hyping them up. And I don't think that Colorado's season is washed necessarily. I feel like their reputation's a little bit tarnished. But I feel like all these people that are hating on them, really, I really don't understand it. Like, it kind of reminds me of the Gators, where it's just a completely new roster. Billy went and did his recruiting. Dion didn't necessarily recruit; he kind of just brought his guys with him. But it's still a new team, and they still got time to grow, and they need to grow. And I feel like, I don't know. I mean, blowing a 29-point lead though, that's kind of hard to vouch for him. But I mean, Shador is still a great quarterback. Travis Hunter is still a great player. Um, but like I said, the double OT, that's tough. Definitely is going to leave a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah, and you had this big hype train early in the season. It's kind of tough that they're starting to fall apart a lot. They got some good recruits coming in. It's more just weathering the storm at this point. It hasn't been pretty these past couple of weeks, but if anyone's going to be able to figure it out and turn the team around, it's going to be Deion Sanders as a coach. But it's just going to take some time, and this is definitely going to sting for a little while. But
Yeah.
from a bad game to a great game, our boy Ricky Pearsall, the man's a photo magnet. I mean, just wallpaper Willie out here with all the different pictures he's been getting. You got the end zone picture of him standing over a guy. You got the one-handed catch earlier this season. Shit, you got the one where he's facing the crowd towards the end of the game. I mean, the dude is he's all over the place, kind of like the entire Gators offense as they beat the Cox 41-39. Game was an absolute shootout. I loved every second of it. Thought I was going to have a heart attack. Kind of shocked I didn't. I'm not going to lie. But it was awesome to watch. So I'm curious what your takes were being, in the swamp and being around all the college students.
South Carolina, Florida has always, here comes my accent saying South Carolina. South Carolina, Florida has always been a huge rivalry. And I feel like it's a game that we as students and, the Gator Nation looks forward to every year. But this year it was just different. Like, you got everybody doubting you. You got ESPN doubting you with the odds. You got to beat the spread. You got to beat, everybody just, rooting against you. And I love it. Like, I feel like when the Gators are like up on a high horse, we always find a way to fuck it up. But when everybody's just beating down on us, we find a way to make it up. And I feel like that's what the South Carolina game was this year. I mean, 39. What was it? What was the score again? 30.
41-39.
Yeah, 41-39. I mean, that's just an exciting football game. I mean, it's kind of worrying though, because obviously there's some flaws in the defense. I mean, you're letting up. I mean, that the last two we're not going to count. Let's just call it 41-37 because that's what it should have been. Um,
That's true.
but defense has some gaps in it. Letting up some long balls. The stopping the run is something we really got to work on. Wrapping up. I feel like, when I played football in high school, I was like, one of the first things I learned is just wrapping up during a tackle. And it's something that we've been fucking up with every week. But at the end of the day, a win's a win. So
Yeah.
give me mine.
Yeah, I mean, over to an even just as electric game in the same slate, Oregon, Washington. I mean, holy shit. What a game. Oregon. I don't even know how really to describe this game. It was just an absolute shootout, 36-33 Washington. It was everything you could have asked for in a matchup like that. I loved every second of it. Came down to the wire. It was perfect and I loved it. It was like your typical college football game. Everyone's going to tune in for it. It's like top 2 biggest matchup of the weekend. It's not something you overlook. It was just a great game.
Yeah, I mean, it's two of the top scoring teams in college football right now. So if you didn't take that over, I mean, I just don't know what to tell you. I knew going into that game it was going to be a shootout.
Mhm.
Uh, but I honestly don't think Oregon should be discouraged by this loss. Let's just say that.
Mhm.
I mean, this game was very tough. I think both teams knew that going in. Um, but I think like Washington is just such a physical team. Like you watch them play, and them boys are banging out there. Like kind of sound like a Charles Barkley quote right there, but them boys were banging, and it's just a fun game to watch and putting up so many points, kind of like the Gator game. It's
Mhm.
fun. I mean, I'm not necessarily a fan of either team, but as a casual spectator, we'll say it was a good game to throw on in that kind of intermission period. Um, so yeah, good game overall.
Yeah. Um Now over to I guess a not so good game. What's going on with Bama, man? Is Nick Saban losing his touch? They almost blew the lead to Arkansas. I mean, 24-21. What's going on down there, man? Are the Tide in
Um,
trouble?
I hope so. Fuck Alabama. I hate Alabama. I said that the first fucking episode we recorded. Down with the ship, bro. Motherfuckers got the elephant rifles out and they are coming for blood.
They got the
Bama's
tranks
going,
going.
oh no, I'm talking about elephant rifles with the fucking 50 cal on the end.
Oh,
Them bitches
I
shooting. I'm tired of Alabama. And I honestly think they won't play in the playoffs this year. Straight up. The way they've been barely scraping by. You got all these other teams that are really gunning to make a name for themselves. And Future has a very popular lyric and it goes, "Bitch, don't get too comfortable." And that comes from his song Too Comfortable. And I
no.
really think Alabama is too comfortable. They got used to being that team for so long that they felt like, you know what? We're just going to get another great quarterback. We're going to sprinkle a few little superstars here and there to make the big plays. It ain't happening this year.
Uh-uh.
They like, I mean, they're still a great team, don't get me wrong, but a 24-21 win like over Arkansas, that shouldn't happen. You should be beating them boys down. I feel like I looked at that spread and I want to say it was over 10. I mean, when you got a spread that's greater than 10, it's either going to be a super close game or it's going to be a fucking blowout. There is no in between. And again, Bama's just scraping by, and I just can't wait to watch them go
Yeah.
down.
No, let's talk about a ranked team that did go down, man. This was wild, bro. Arizona curb stomped. I mean, curb stomped Washington State, who was ranked number 19 headed into that game. Arizona won 44-6. Talk about an ass whooping, Gare. Oh my god.
I was, oh shit. Damn.
Salud.
Um, yeah, I remember playing the MW3 beta with you this weekend.
Yeah.
Shout out Call of Duty. You kind of got a classic in the works here.
Yeah.
Uh,
It was a banger. 9 out of 10, I'd say.
but I remember, every between every search and destroy game, I'll be like, Mondo, this score, bro, it's going crazy right now. Like, you need to look at this game. And I knew we were going to talk about this game today. And, you know, I love to see it. Like, I love to see. That's why I think college football is so special. I'm watching this Dallas Chargers game, still 7-7, about to go in the half. Shit is
Yeah.
dog.
The over's not looking too hot.
No. But you watch a college football game and you just never know what's going to happen, honestly.
Mm-mm.
Um, and Arizona really showed out. I mean, that's a huge win. Um, Arizona's running back put up 100 and almost 170 yards. I mean, that's crazy stats. That's crazy numbers. Um, and I think it's good for them, going into the rest of their season. I'm not really sure who they play. But definitely puts a chip on their shoulder for sure. Kind of excited to see where they go after this.
Yeah. No, it was one of those games that like you weren't gonna have on your TV and you only have so many screens to look at, so you couldn't watch it. But you refresh ESPN, your eyes kind of wide, and you're like, is this real?
Yeah.
Like, is this really what's going on? And it is what it is, man. But that was a hell of a game out of Arizona.
It's brutal.
Um, on to I guess the other half of the top two matchups of the day. USC Notre Dame. Um, and we'll talk a little bit about USC later in the episode when we get to this segment, but they got blown out, bro. 48-20 to Notre Dame. My boy Sammy Hartman balled. Uh wow. What a like I thought this game would at least be close. I was stunned.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I watching this game, I knew Notre Dame was going to come in with a chip on their shoulder. I mean, they lost last week, correct?
Notre Dame?
Yeah, I want to say they
Mhm.
did.
Yeah.
Um, Give me 2 seconds. I'm looking at it. Yeah, to Louisville. Louisville is an undefeated team going into that game. But Notre Dame's just simply better, and I think losing that game, um, it put some fire in their ass. I mean, I don't know what it is about USC. It's just another one of those teams where I like to say fuck them. I really don't know why, but something about them. Maybe because they're from California and I'm from Florida, and us Floridians are not too fond of people from California. Um, but I think USC was playing with their head too much. I mean, I feel like they came into that game thinking, "Oh, this is going to be a cakewalk." And boys got trashed by Louisville last week. We're just going to put up big numbers on their head, and they were just letting shit fly, and it was just not flying. I
Mm-hmm.
mean, 48-20, that's a tough look. I mean, yeah, USC's ranked number 18, whatever. Notre Dame's 15, but in college football nowadays, obviously that don't mean shit.
No.
You're that mean shit. It's who comes to play that week, and obviously Notre Dame, them boys coming.
Yeah, I feel like this is the most volatile college football has been in a while, man.
Yeah.
I mean, teams are moving up and down the rankings like crazy. I feel like there hasn't been a season like this in a long time. I mean, we're used to like the blue bloods of college football at the top. It ain't like that anymore. You got Georgia up there, and Michigan's up there most of the time now. But other than that, bro, like everyone's switching in and out, and it's crazy. And I honestly love it. I think it's gonna be so good with years to come, potential expansions, and it's gonna be cool and it's gonna be sick to watch. So if you're a college football fan, you should be loving nothing more than this. This is awesome.
Yeah.
But now I guess let's hop into the NFL recap. But first, we're gonna send it over to someone very special. Ladies and gentlemen, how we doing? It's your boy Mondo here today to tell you a little bit about Open Bar. That is right. The same thing I talked about last episode. Guess what? They're back again. And you might be wondering, Mondo, what the fuck is an open bar? I'll tell you right now. Open bar was a concept that my dad and I came up with when I was moving into the fraternity house my senior year of college. Basically, we didn't have room for a full bar, so what we do, we invented one that came down from the wall. And guess what? It looked incredible. Look at the picture right here. It's the easiest thing to get, saves you all kinds of room. Everyone loves it. Everyone uses it. You can put on dartboards, mirrors if you want to look good, whatever you want. We can build open desks that come down. So if you're a little study bird or you want to play video games, guess what? Open desk got you too. We got all kinds of products. All you have to do is reach out to cmondo at jmatinc.net, cmondo at jmattinc.net. Reach out today, customize your own bar. It will be sent out to you. It is worth the price. These things hold up long time. Telling you it is worth it. Peace. Wow. Can that man speak on stuff or what? What an incredible read. All right, let's get into the NFL recap for this week. Let's start Thursday night football. Chiefs Broncos. The only thing special about this game is Taylor Swift was in the stands again. I mean, that's the only thing following the Chiefs this year is really worth, especially if you're a Swiftie. Mahomes played all right, 306 pass yards, 1 TD, 1 interception. Kelsey had a game. We knew that was going to happen, but by no means was this an impressive victory for the Chiefs. The Broncos are one of the worst teams in the league. This should have been at least a 30 spot for the Chiefs. They didn't deliver at all. It was like they were going through the motions, honestly.
Yeah. I mean, game, honestly, when it first started, I didn't know what direction it was gonna go. You got Russell Wilson, poverty, first of all. Um, needs to retire straight up. There's no better way to say it. Had a turnover early. Mahomes comes out to capitalize, throws a pick in the red zone. I was like, damn, this is going to be another one of those shitty ass Thursday night games. And I was right. 19-8 to the Broncos. Ain't nothing much to write home about. They should not be happy with this. Everything is
Definitely
disappointing,
not.
especially being a Super Bowl team playing a fucking Pee Wee team. Yeah, no, something ain't right with the fucking Chiefs, and something ain't been right all year. So let's see what happens with them.
Yeah, and we'll keep you updated, but Chiefs are slowly starting to fall out of that contention for best team in the AFC. Probably to this team right here. The Dolphins beat the Panthers 42-21. Holmes and I were boots on the ground at that game yesterday. That's why my face is a little red. Your boy got sunburnt. I don't think sunscreen really exists. I'm kind of an idiot, but it is what it is. 42-21, Raheem Mostert had a game. Tyreek had a game. Tua did a little jujitsu backflip. Tyreek doing actual backflips. It was a hell of a game. If you're looking for a sleeper on fantasy, though, telling you, my boy Adam Thielen, that man's a dog. He puts up 20 a game for you. If you're looking for a claim and he's not claimed already, you get that shit in ASAP because he is balling. But Dolphins start out down 14-0. No one was worried in the stadium. We all knew it was coming, and sure as shit did it come quick. Put up 21 spot in the second quarter, 7 in the third, 14 in the fourth. We just look good, man. We look good. And that just a testament to how strong we built this offense. Our defense looks like shit, but we also have a lot of people out. Jalen's out. The other Jalen's out. Like, we just got injuries right now. and that's not gonna fix it all, but it'll definitely help. Gary, you got any takes?
I mean, my fantasy team was struggling a little bit this week. Without my boy A Chain. Um,
Yeah, you left them in.
yeah, yeah. We don't gotta talk about that. But anyways, y'all might not have been worried about it in the stands, but I was sitting on the couch with a bye, and he's a big Dolphins guy, and he was kind of shitting his pants in the beginning of the game, and 14-0, and they're a completely defeated team.
Hmm.
I had some sort of hope. I was like, you know what, just maybe they'll make it out of this slump. And I mean, it didn't take long for Tua to put up 250 plus yards, Tyreek to put up 150 plus yards, 42-21. That's a pretty damn good win in my books.
Yeah,
Um, the Dolphins, they got a shot at it this year. I hate to say it makes me cringe, but
dude, there's something in the air this year. I'm telling you.
I'm
Like
telling you,
most years when
fucking
I go to a Dolphins game and that shit would happen, I mean the fans would be in disarray. But we went down 14-0. It was like nothing. No one cared. We were like, oh, we'll just put it all up in the second quarter, and sure as shit, we did. It was the best feeling ever. So I watched some chick fall down the fucking stairs. It was quite the sight. I tried to piss in a bottle. I didn't want to go down the stairs. We were literally in the top corner of the stadium. I was like, I'm watching football. I need to pee. I couldn't pee. I got a little pee shot. I'm not gonna lie about it, but yeah, it was a hell of a game. We all had a lot of fun. Um, Holmes he had a time.
I heard,
He was on one yesterday.
yeah,
Um,
Mike McDaniel effect.
yeah, no, for real. But now we go over to London. We should have probably talked about them first. The Ravens versus the Titans. I hate this fucking accent. Um, Derrick Henry had a game, bounce back game, big time, 97 yards tutty. Ravens won though, 24-16. It's one of those games like, yeah, it's good. Would I have preferred to watch it in like the 1 o'clock slate? Probably. It wasn't really worth my morning watching it over, but it was what it was. Justin Tucker had himself a rebound game, if anything, but I don't know. I'm not the biggest fan of this London stuff. It's starting to drive me nuts. Just like having to be up and on my game right when I get up. Like I need a little break before it starts. You get off a full day of college football. I can't be going to a 9:30 a.m. game. It's getting too much for me. I don't know if you heard this though. The NFL wants to do a Super Bowl in London. If that happens, the NFL is going to lose a shitload of fans. Like, there's no way they're going to let this happen. That is the dumbest fucking thought I've ever seen in my entire life. Goodell should be arrested for treason just for bringing it up. I mean, that is piss poor, absolutely piss poor. And I'm not happy about it.
I think he quickly realized that a mistake was made, though, whenever that was released to the public about the speculations of a Super Bowl in London, because he was quick to take to Twitter and be like, oh, a game or a Super Bowl in London is just simply not feasible, was his
Yeah,
quote. Um, Goodell, he's been in hot water way too many times to pull some shit like this up out of his ass. I feel like there's been too many London games this year as it is. I mean, I think it's great. I see the vision. Like, as a college kid and learning about this shit, my classes, I'm a sport management major. I get it. Like the whole Taylor Swift thing and advertising it. For a long time, the NFL has been wanting to reach this audience of, girls my age, around the 20-year-old mark, and trying to build a fan base. I get it. You're taking it to London, you're taking it to Mexico, you're taking it to Germany. But I feel like if you're really going to want to capitalize on these London games, make them more exciting. You got the Ravens and the Titans. I mean, I don't want to call them mediocre. They have their stars, yeah, but I'm not waking up at 8 a.m. to watch this game. Like there ain't nothing in there for me. I mean, Lamar, he had a pretty good game. I mean, Odell's back. I guess that's good. He'll probably be out in another 2 weeks with some other ankle injury. Um, but I mean, there's really nothing to write home about with this game.
Yeah, I actually need to vent a little bit here. So let's start venting. Why is this backwards?
It's not backwards
There
at
we
all.
go. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm pissed off. I am sick and tired of the NFL catering to London and to England. These motherfuckers calling football not a real sport. They're saying, oh, soccer's the real football. They can lick my fucking nuts until they acknowledge us as the real football of the world, the one that brings in the big dollars. I don't give a shit about what some London bitch has to say. We are on one. It is us. We are the US. Bless up. Ah, fucking eagle screech. Gary's on fucking Pluto. That's a horse cock. This is America. Number one, we run shit. The NFL, that's our bitch. USA's bitch. We are that. Yeah.
God bless the USA.
Bless up, USA.
Yeah.
That felt good. Yeah, that felt great. I'm not gonna lie to you. That felt
I
good.
wasn't expecting the horse cock. I thought it was just a horse.
Like, oh, there's a horse cock. On to the next one. Commanders Falcons. It finally happened. Desmond Ritter's streak is over. The Falcons lost at home. Commanders won 24-16. Commanders just know how to break a streak, man. I'm telling you. They broke the Bears losing streak. they broke Desmond Ritter's streak. Like they just break streaks. It's what they do. But it's one of those games you didn't really want to watch unless it was like on red zone. You're like, oh, cool. Like, they're scoring a touchdown. Nice. But I don't really give a shit.
Yeah, I mean, the only exciting thing for me in this game was watching Kyle Pitts score a touchdown for the first time in a fucking millennium. That was a good sight to see, good for my fantasy team. I feel like every year I always take Pitts just because he played for the Gators. I mean, I feel like that's the only reason I ever take him. Somebody just started up their Ferrari outside my window. Um, but yeah, again, really nothing to talk about. Shout out Kyle Pitts. Gonna have a kid soon.
Yeah.
Great guy.
Yeah, from one shitter to another. Vikings Bears. I really don't want to talk about it. Vikings win 19-13. Just a trash game. It wasn't fun to watch. I didn't enjoy it. Lip had it on the stands because he's a Bears fan. I that was fucking terrible. Justin Fields, get healthy. Yeah, next game. Seahawks, Bengals. Bengals win 17-13. The Bengals are kind of back. I mean, well, I guess for a quarter they were back. And then they were like, yeah, that's enough. Let's not do shit the other three. But they're back. And DK Metcalf, his CTE is also back. I don't know what the hell he's doing, just shoving people to the ground these days, but he's losing it out there. I don't really know.
Yeah, but he's got the Antonio Brown syndrome.
He do.
But
49ers, Browns, the first fall of the undefeated teams on Sunday. Browns win 19-17. Thank God. It was kind of hype not having Deshaun Watson around that the Browns win that. That was awesome. Deshaun Watson's still a piece of shit. Fuck him. We already kind of got our takes out of the way for the Niners. Brock Purdy didn't look great. Superstars got injured. Just everything that could have gone wrong went wrong for the Niners, and it's kind of hard to hold it against them. But if you're Brock Purdy, you need to have a better showing. If you're trying to prove you're the guy. So that was like the main kind of takeaway for that game. Jags Colts. Jags blowout win 37-20 over the Colts. Again, not really much to say in terms of highlights. ETN's been kind of balling. He had 2 TDs that game. On the other side, Pittman had 100 yards. He's having a steady season, but no Anthony Richardson. You kind of expect the Colts to start fading away a little bit, but
Yeah.
I didn't expect it to be that bad.
Yeah.
Texans, Saints. Texans win 2013. Kind of knew this one was coming. I don't think the Saints are a good team. I've been saying that. I think the Texans are a sleeper team to take the AFC South. I do think they're pretty good. CJ Stroud finally threw an interception. Well, kind of. He threw an interception, then they turned it over, and then they got I don't know. But he threw an interception, so that streak's finally over. Texans are legit, man. I think that they're going to be a good team in the coming years. They just need a couple more pieces here and there, but they're strong, man. That defense is solid.
Yeah.
Feel free to chime in if I'm going too quick.
No, you're good. Yeah, no, the only thing I was really gonna say is CJ Stroud is a human.
Mm-hmm.
He did throw the first pick.
Yeah, about damn time.
Yeah, I mean, again, I feel like the theme of the NFL this week is kind of growing pains. We're getting into that point of the season where people are getting hurt and people are starting to come out and start play ball.
Yeah.
And it's exciting. I'm excited to see where, this last 2/3 of the season goes.
Yeah, I can't believe we're already a third done, man. I hate that. I hate that we're a third done already.
I'd have to start going back to watching golf.
I know. Pats, Raiders, the Pats, man, still looking like shit, loving every second of it. Raiders win 21-17. I don't know what the Pats need to prove, man. Mac Jones, he ain't that guy. He's not that guy. Get him the hell out of there. He's not it. It was just it was a terrible game. I really don't have much else to say. It was such a shitty game. And Mac Jones gets safety in the end zone at the end of the game. Dude, bench his ass. Just keep him there. You know who they have on their practice squad? Will motherfucking Greer. Get his ass in the game. Give him reps. It can't be any worse. It physically cannot be any worse.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. Is Mac Jones? I don't believe is physical enough to be in the NFL. I mean, you watch him play in Bama and he's great. But the thing is you watch those clips and he always had a pocket. He never had to scramble anywhere. When you're playing in the NFL, these guys are the best of the best. These are not scumbag guys that, you found on the street. They know what they're doing. And when that pocket collapses, he needs to be able to get the fuck out of there, but he just simply can't. He's overweight. He's not, I mean, he's built like a quarterback, yeah, but the quarterback dynamic is changing in the NFL. Like, you need to be able to run the ball. You need to be able to get out of a pocket if it's collapsing. And he's just sitting there with the ball, and there's nobody out there to catch it. So, I mean, Bill Belichick has to do some real evaluation in this upcoming future, or retire because he's fucking 100 years old. But
yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Cooper Kupp is back. He's back better than ever. 148 yards touchdown. Rams win 26-9 over the Cardinals. Didn't expect anything else here. That Rams offense is elite. I know they're only 3-3 on the season, but dude, that duo at wide receiver, aside from the Dolphins, there aren't really many other duos that can compete. What a squad they have on offense there.
I mean, and the holding them to 9. Aaron Donald with that nasty sack on Dobbs. That's a scary motherfucker, bro.
Dude, I am terrified of that man. He's probably if there was one NFL player that I'd be scared shitless to see in person, it'd probably be Aaron Donald. I think Myles Garrett's close, but it's Aaron Donald, bro. That man's terrifying.
Ray Lewis would be kind of scary.
Yeah, but
that's
I'm saying current day.
True.
Probably the biggest surprise of the weekend, though. The New York Jets taking down the Eagles 20-14. Jalen Hurts, 3 interceptions. Just terrible. Terrible game. I I was shocked, man. I was shocked. Zach Wilson is making the most out of this opportunity. When Rodgers gets back, he's still going to be the guy, but shout out Zach Wilson, man. He is proving his point, and I love it. I love what he's doing out there. He is the man. Jets are now 3-3. No more undefeated teams left this season. I hate the Jets, but man, I love when people prove others wrong. Zach Wilson did that yesterday. I'm happy about it.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Zach Wilson kind of had to do this to keep his job.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, whenever Aaron went down, and you got Stephen A. on first take, just absolutely unloading on this poor kid. I feel like it's not even he's always had the talent, but I feel like he was lacking the drive, and I feel like he kind of made it to the NFL and was like, you know what, I'm here, whatever. And now he's realizing like I got a whole city on my back, and he's proven it, and I like it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Now into one of the final two games to talk about. Lions beat down on the Bucks 20-6. Goff's looking great. Amon-Ra's doing his thing. Cash that anytime TD bet. That's right. Your boy went 9-2 this Sunday. I don't know if you guys saw that. Absolutely fire. Gary didn't have as good of a Sunday, but that's okay. It happens.
Saturday was good though.
Saturday, you did have a good day. But yeah, Lions did their thing. Bucks didn't look great, is what it is. It happens. And then kind of wrapping it up. Bills, Giants, just it was kind of same boat as the Chiefs game. Bills look like shit. They barely snuck that out. It wasn't anything to be proud of. I mean, they won 14-9. The Giants suck. It was just pitiful. It was a terrible primetime game to watch. I didn't enjoy any of it. So
That game actually pissed me off. I'm not a firm believer in the script, but that game, that last play, Tyrod Taylor up the middle, that was a clear PI.
yeah.
You see his jersey just get yanked, and he's not even looking back at the ball. It's just clear PI, and you have a fucking ref right at the goalpost just staring at him. And like, I was kind of rooting for Taylor, like, because fucking Daniel, like, dude, he's horrible. And like, they need something. I don't know what they need. I think they just need to.
They need an O-line.
Yeah.
They don't have an O-line, Gary.
No, I mean, you watch like their quarterback, and it's a scramble every time. He never has a pocket to throw in, which is a damn shame. But I don't know, something fishy about that game. I didn't really like it. It was, in Buffalo. They were kind of making a run for it. 2 seconds on the clock. That should have been a PI. They could have ran it in.
Yeah.
It
I
is
will
what.
say though, shout out to Damian Harris. Glad you're okay, man. That was scary as shit. It felt like the same thing as the DeMar Hamlin thing last year. Glad he's fine. Holy hell. Please stop having this happen. That scared the shit out of me.
Yeah. Also, I think the Buffalo Bills need to reevaluate how they decorate their ambulance.
Yeah, what the fuck is that? Why are we like hanging his jersey in the rafters like that? I don't get that.
Yeah, I
That's
mean,
like the last thing you'd want.
yeah, I mean, especially DeMar Hamlin. Like
Yeah.
this fucking thing you basically died in shows up and your name's all over it because you almost died. It's like
Yeah.
fucking sad.
But yeah, that is just ridiculous. But that's gonna wrap up the NFL recap. Now let's go to our new segment. It's called Yay or Nay. Basically, I will be asking Gary a series of questions, kind of yes or no style. He will give me his answers. We'll go through it. So yeah, let's get started. I guess we'll start this off. Colorado Buffaloes. Are they legit?
Yay.
You think they are?
Yeah. I mean, like I was saying, it's a new team. I mean, I feel like they came into the season with higher expectations, but I think they're really playing their best ball. And I think they are like a good team. Like they've had their flukes, but I'm gonna say yeah, they're a legit team.
Okay. USC Trojans, are they legit?
No,
No.
just straight up no.
Okay. Missouri Tigers, are they legit? They beat Kentucky this week, actually put a beat down on them.
I'm gonna say Missouri is a legit team. I mean, as a Florida fan, every year when we play them, I feel like it's kind of like you brought up Kentucky. When we do play Kentucky, regardless of how good Kentucky is that year, it's always a game, and the same kind of goes for Missouri. And they've been having a pretty good season. So I'm gonna say yeah, they are legit.
Okay. New York Jets, are they legit?
Yes, 100%. Like we were saying, they've been proving themselves week in, week out, and I think they have an opportunity here to make the best out of a horrible situation. So I'm gonna say yeah.
How about the Detroit Lions?
Yes.
Okay.
I mean, I feel like I don't even need to speak on that. I mean, the Lions went from being the worst team in the NFL for a long time to now being one of the top contenders. And it kind of seems like it just happened overnight. And I mean, even though they beat down on my Bucks, they're a great ball team. So yeah.
The Arizona Diamondbacks.
We're gonna go to baseball now.
They're in the NLCS, kind of snuck in there.
I mean, yeah, you're legit. I mean, you're making it to like the semis. I mean, they kind of got dogged on. I mean, last time I checked, they were getting dogged on by the Phillies. Um, but also at the same time, the Phillies are arguably gonna win. I think they're gonna win the World Series this year. Um, so I'll say yeah, they're legit, but I don't think they're making it past the Phillies.
Okay. Call of Duty MW3 beta. How is it? Is it good?
Well, the first night I played it, I ended up giving everybody an Irish goodbye and just turning off my console because my lag was so fucking bad. But once I got that Ethernet plugged in, I was really vibing with it. The movement's fire. The guns feel pretty good. Um, I'm kind of concerned with the way ARs don't hit,
Mm-hmm.
uh, and the way I was getting sniped by a fucking sniper that looks like an AK-47. Um,
I think they
but
also need to turn down skill-based matchmaking.
yeah, I'm
A
tired of
nightmare.
fucking Scumpy because I go positive one game and then when I play negative, I go against bots who don't even know how to reload. I'll say it's legit though. It's a good game. Seems
Okay.
fun.
All right. Last but not least, I already put you in as a no for this one. Is your betting ability legit?
Oh, you're a fucking bastard. Um, I would say it is pretty legit. And the reason is like, you hear me talk on the podcast. I'm passionate about stuff, but sometimes I'm not the most knowledgeable about things, and I'll admit it, it is what it is. We learn something new every day, and this podcast is definitely a big learning curve for me. But I consider myself kind of lucky. I feel like sometimes I'm in really bad situations and somehow something just happens and it works out. Yeah, I had a bad go on Sunday, but my college bets were on lock. I missed one, and that was an over under bet. So that's kind of one of those iffy ones, anyways. But I would say I'm pretty legit. You can expect to see better picks from me next Sunday when I don't make my picks 5 minutes after I wake up. But
All right. I just wanted to double check just to make sure.
I think I'm legit.
So that was yay or nay. Most of the time this will be kind of a debate thing between him and Hart, but Obviously, Holmes isn't here today, is what it is. But, it's a learning curve, new segment. It'll get better as we go on. But that'll do it for today's episode. Please like, subscribe, share it with everyone you know. We've had incredible traction these first couple episodes. Thank you guys so much. What a hairline Gary just showed you. That was incredible. We will see you guys on the next episode, probably this Wednesday. I think we're doing Monday, Wednesday, Friday to make up for not having anything last week at the end of the week. Stay tuned for more. Maybe stay tuned for another podcast that may be coming back. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see you guys on Wednesday. Peace.